let's play some more 5-minute blitz. So at d4, I'm going to play my King's Indian defense, knight f6, and knight f3, maybe an invitation to Fianchetto. And okay, so these are normal lines. White is going to push for d4, some sort of Catalan-like setup. And maybe white can go d5 here. But this is still in my prep. It's like in my prep. I remember this line, d5, knight b8, e4, a6. And the idea of black is now to go knight a6, c5. This is all in the chessbook course I'm studying. Bishop g5, h6. Every time bishop g5 is played, you always want to consider h6. Here, bishop e3, I think is not very accurate. Notice that if queen d2, then I go knight g4, winning the bishop pair. That's what we might see, because a lot of people might play queen e2 here, thinking it's smart to hit this pawn. Then they get hit with this knight g4, which not only attacks bishop, but defends the pawn, and the bishop has no squares to retreat to. Therefore, I'm going to win bishop pair like this. I can always take that bishop. Might as well take it now. And after here, white wants to go with this b4 idea. I don't know if there's much we can do about that. You can also go f5. But if I go here, I'll just go b4. But I don't know if that's useful to me to go there. I could also go f5 here. Could also maybe consider c6, but I don't think that's the right time. Also go bishop d7. Very neutral move. Just maybe stopping knight b5, at least giving the option of taking if we want. Rook d1 I feel is not accurate because it's lining the rook up on this closed file. I don't think I'm inclined to play c6, takes, and open up the rook anyways. You can also play b6, just for fortifying c5 squared. In the case that maybe it's not that useful, but defending the pawn. Here actually is a nice move. a4. Now if b4 we go en passant. This is classic strategy, strategical chess. Now we have the c5 square as a whole that our knight occupies. And also keeping an eye on bishop a4, although right now knight a4, unfortunately, but so rook b2. Okay, that drops a pawn, and the rook is just lining up with all these big pieces, right? So very good position. Very good position for black. And I think it's shaping up to be a win here. We'll probably go with queen a5, just making way, hitting that knight, and the knight is defending this pawn, so if the knight moves, I'm going to go knight c5 takes e4. Okay, that is wrong. I mean, that's also not good, probably. Alright, one idea is take, but I don't like how the knight takes and saves this. So I'm not going to take, I'm just going to take this. And after takes, then I'm going to take here. And then, okay, this is all good because we control the only open file. So, and yeah, I don't mind trades. I want to trade because I'm up both strategically and I'm up a pawn. So I control the open file. I have weaknesses I can target, like d4, I have rook a2 ideas, so I should be completely winning strategically. Now, one idea in King's Indian is to go h6, h5, bishop h6. Another idea is bishop f6, bishop d8. It really depends on how you want to activate this bishop, because right now the bishop isn't doing much. One idea is this. The knight might want to go here or here. I should not delay too much, taking a lot of time. Okay, I can go here because it's flexible. I can go here, I can defend. Bishop h3 is interesting, okay, but wrong. It's a wrong move because I go here and that knight guards this pawn, so it's wrong. This move is just bad because bishop's not hitting anything. It doesn't matter. That move doesn't do anything, and the bishop was doing the duty of defending the pawn there, but now it's not. So I'm winning. I'm going to go bishop g5, and I'm going to win this pawn on e4 and win the game. So that's all going to play out in the next few moves. Nothing that white can do. So my opponent just leaves the game, but it's okay. This happens in unrated chess. Start analyzing the game before we can auto-claim the win. So I just start analyzing the game. d4, knight f6. Now knight f3, it's a move that already takes away a few options from white, like some sort of sandwich attack where white goes knight here, e4, and f3. Or sorry, c4 first, and then e4 and f3. Alright, let's claim that win. So we'll claim the win. So if we look at the analysis board, knight f3 is a very modest move. That means you're not going to move the f pawn. You're not going to play like the 4 pawns attack, which goes like this, and f4. So already knight f3 limits those kinds of possibilities, but it's a very good move, solid move. g6, c4, bishop g7, knight c3. And in this variation, white still could go e4, which is the main line, and develop the bishop along this diagonal like this. But white chose g3, which is the Fianchetto variation, so where white aims to point the bishop like this. That's fine. d6, bishop g2, knight c6, all fine. Knight c6, d5, and you might wonder what am I doing. But there's theory here, and knight a5 attacks pawn. And this leads into some theoretical positions I studied as part of the chessable course. So I studied this position before. So, verdict is that black is okay. I have moves like c5, and this knight is not getting trapped. It's fine. Rook b8, castles, a6, and I just try to push for b5. Yes, I think white does have a theoretical advantage, but in blitz, it's not too bad. This is a blitz repertoire, and practically speaking, I think you can learn these lines. Black, play them just fine. Anyway, that's not what happens. Let's go back to the game. After castle, I go e5. If takes, I would go knight takes e5. This is one of the variations I studied. This is the variation I play. But after d5, which is what happened instead, I go knight b8. And the plan is clear. Because white pushed this, they weaken the square. So I want to get my knight here somehow. Either this or that, this or that. But if I get it there, b4 is going to happen, kicking my knight away. So I prepare it with a5. Now b4 can't be played. Bishop g5, h6. Already, I don't know if bishop g5 is best. I don't think it is, because after h6, bishop has to retreat or trade. If it trades, black's quite happy, I think. Because bishop was a strong bishop controlling the dark squares, and the bishop was very important. Trading is only helping black, and also because black has less space. Generally, if you have less space, you're happy with trades. You want the trades because you liquidate, you get more space back. So bishop e3 was played. I go after h6. Sorry, go bishop e. They go bishop e3. Then knight a6, carrying out with my plans. And now there's a common mistake: queen d2, thinking you're so good, so clever, developing the queen and attacking the pawn. But actually, after knight g4, it's like a cold bucket of water, both defending the pawn and attacking the bishop. I'm going to get the bishop here, and with the key defender of the dark squares removed, the rest of the game should be going in my favor, which is exactly what happens. I take, bishop d7, developing my piece, then rook d1, b6, maybe not the most accurate. a4 was the most accurate. Just clamping down b4 by going en passant. I didn't see that until the next move. Now I really see a4. Okay, so that's my bad. I didn't see that. b6 is too passive, I feel. Doesn't really do anything. And there's an idea, a3, Nc5, b4. I think white can be okay here, but there's also a cool idea after knight b3, knight d4. And if white takes, that kind of opens up this bishop and forks, so white can't really take. So white has to just kind of not take it. So because my knight is strong here, again, black has an advantage. Anyways, a4 is designed to stop b4 by going en passant. So it's a strategic move, anticipating what white wants to do. It's a form of prophylaxis. It stops or takes the sting out of this move b4. If I did nothing and did this, and white did b4, then my knight would never really get into the game. Okay, take, and the knight can go nowhere. It can't go here, can't go here. Even if it goes here, go here, but then where can it go? It's like it's been a lot of moves. So white is better here again. So by preventing that, black securing the advantage. So I really should have played this sooner. b3 is always an idea, because the idea is this prevents the idea of a4, which prevents b4. So b3 is strong because I can't really go a4, therefore I can't secure a square from my knight. So this would have been a nice strategic move if they had found that. After a4 and b4, we see the idea with en passant, knight c5. Now white is really hurting because knight's attacking that, which is defending the pawn. It's just tactically also hurting. So this is just not good. It's just not good. And the game will be over soon, as we saw. I swapped another pair of rooks. Instead of going like this or something, maybe I think white could prolong the game a little bit by keeping a pair of rooks. But by swapping rooks, I'm achieving a goal that I control the open file, and because rooks aren't defending each other, because there's only one rook and not one pair of rooks, I make my job of converting a winning position easier. Okay, nothing, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we get all the pieces active and the opponent designs the game. After the knight moves, then we can just take the pawn, for example, or we can go bishop g5. We have rook d1 and bishop g5. Now the knight has to move, and now I take that pawn finally. And yeah, that's two pawns up, and maybe takes, rook c1, targeting my only weakness, but I cover it with knight c5, and maybe g4, trying to fix my pawn, stop them from advancing. But I can always build up f5, and the game is just, you can't defend this as white. There's no way that you can do anything, because your bishop is staring at pawns, your rook is staring at a very solid knight, And that's one of the good things about b6, solidifying the knight. And black controls the only open file on the A file, so white can never go here, attack my only weakness. So the game is pretty much over strategically. So good game to my opponent. Hope this is a nice illustration of the king's Indian defense.